UndergroundHipHopBlog.com exclusive.
This is world famous UndergroundHipHopBlog.com. It's a privilege to have Krazy Race in the studio right here on location in the beautiful city of Whittier, California.
What's good, world? Underground Hip Hop Blog. You know what it is, your boy Krazy Race. Right here, as you mentioned, we right here in the Casa. Whittier Khalifa's, you know what I mean, doing my thing. You already know, if you don't know the name, Krazy Race, been doing this shit since 1991 officially as Krazy Race as a group. It's now 2012, 6-7 projects under the belt as a solo artist, and I've definitely been keeping it moving, man.
You are considered one of the hardest working Latino hip hop artists right now. How did you get that reputation?
I think the reputation kind of speaks for itself, you know what I mean? You see pretty much who's active in the streets, you know what I mean? You see who's on their marketing game, who's putting out projects, who's not only putting out themselves, putting out other artists, compilations, and just the work ethic, you know what I'm saying, as far as the shows, getting in the lab. You know what I mean? Nowadays, everybody has social media, so whether you're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that shit is kicked up live. Right as I'm in the studio, I can take a flick like I'm working. So I think all that shit kind of melts together, and it sticks. And you really see, you know what I mean, especially in this city, because there's so many MCs, some dope, some mediocre, and some fucking whack straight up. You know what I mean? You get to see who's really out there, who's pushing, who's moving, and whose music, you know what I'm saying, is definitely, I'm not going to say so much making sense, but whose music catches the ear of the streets as well.
There's some sort of a cliche hip hop sound where, you know, it's not necessarily consciousness, but it's more lowrider type of sound. Has that industry kind of, you know, shadowed your career in any way?
No, not really. I think at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, as far as really whether you're talking about Chicano rap or Chicanos in hip hop or Latinos in hip hop or Latin hip hop, at the end of the day, for me personally, and for the people that listen to my music, just because I'm pelon, I'm bald, you know what I'm saying, and my skin color is brown, they also know that I spit, you know what I'm saying, and from conscious to political to street records to life, personal, you know what I mean, underground, boom bap, all that. You know what I mean? I pretty much can cater to just about anything. I'm very diverse. As far as overshadowing my career, I would have to say no, because I think at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, we all have our own lane. So, you know what I mean, I got people, you know what I'm saying, that are do Chicano rap and are making good money from it, you know what I'm saying, just because that's an open lane, that's an open market. Just like underground hip hop, whether you're black, white, Asian, or brown, you know what I'm saying, underground has a market for us too. So at the end of the day, you know what I mean, don't let the skin color fool you, you know what I'm saying. I will say this, to a certain extent, being Latinos, it does seem like it's a little bit harder for us to break into the industry, especially when you're on the come up. But at the end of the day, people are going to find, or they're going to research for good music. If you got a quality sound, you know what I'm saying, you're speaking truth, and you're giving the people what they want to hear, music for the masses, the people will go out and find it. Best believe it.
Can we get a little bit of background on who you've worked with in the past, and give our fans a little bit of background on your professional resume?
I'm saying, as a professional, you know what I mean, if that's what we want to call it, because at the end of the day, this is still a market, this is still a brand. And as much as it's music and we love doing music for hip hop, it's still, we're pushing product, we're pushing ourselves. But I've had the honor, you know what I'm saying, to work with some of the greats, especially in the underground scene right here in Los Angeles, some heads in New York as well. You know what I'm saying? One of the first things that was real dope that I got to get from my brother Immortal Technique back in '09, you know what I'm saying, if you guys listen to, you know what I mean, to his albums, you'll hear Mumia, Abu Jamal as interludes on Immortal Technique's albums, always spitting, you know what I'm saying, some conscious, some political stuff, messages right on his album. Well, my brother, actually, Immortal Technique, did something like that for me on my album back in 2009, which was real dope, and it was an exclusive. At that time, he had never done that for anybody. So, you know what I'm saying, big up respect to Tech for, you know, reaching out to a brother. But I've gotten to work with, you know what I'm saying, the lyrical fucking beast himself, Chino XL. You know what I mean, one of the best to do it lyrically. I've got to work with Sick Jackin from Psycho Realm, Rocka Dilated Peoples, Eric Bobo of Cypress Hill. I've got to work with the West Coast legend Cam from Watts. You know what I'm saying? And the list goes on as far as underground cats like myself, you know what I'm saying? Pause One, Destruct, got to work with Diamonique, Capital I Man of the Mexicans, 2Mex, and the list just goes on and on and on. I've worked with a lot of people amongst my career, and actually within 5 full-length albums, an EP, and a mixtape. You know what I'm saying? One thing I like to do with my projects, I like to bring out a lot of my people. So if there's somebody that's on the streets that I'm feeling, And let's say 2 albums ago, you know what I mean? They may have reached out to me 2 albums ago, but I was just like, yo, I was kind of in my own lane doing my own thing, and they're kind of on the come up. Well, the way music works, it's all timing. So now all of a sudden, some of these cats, you know what I'm saying, are doing their own thing. They're touring internationally. They're touring. So and then we get back in the studio, like, let's bust one now, because at the end of the day, you just can't jump on a track with anybody just because right there they say, let's do a track. So the you know what I'm saying, the resume continues to grow from an underground scene, you know what I'm saying, to some cats that you may consider more mainstream. But at the end of the day, Krazy Race still remains true to who I am. And my music reflects realism. That's what I've always said. It reflects realism pretty much. I speak on topics and issues some people don't speak on. You know what I mean? From the streets to Illuminati to, you know what I'm saying, coming from the heart. So that's what it is. I don't know if I answered the question correctly, but at the end of the day, professionalism, I ain't going nowhere. I'm still right here.
How important is it for cats to expand their horizons and not just focus on, you know, their local scene?
Yeah, no doubt. I think when it comes to just, once again, being that it's a brand, I think you want to build your brand, you know what I mean, to the furthest extent. And one thing you can do that by really is by touring. I think it's very important. As far as myself, I've been able to rock. Just recently, me and Paz went out there with DJ Default, MVP, went out to A3C in Atlanta at the Hip Hop Festival. Shout out to BK for putting me on this year. But that was dope because I got to, you know what I'm saying, really integrate and vibe and build with cats from the West, the East, Midwest, North, South. Everybody was in one building. But, you know what I'm saying, I've done Japan, I've done Spain, New York, Chicago, as I mentioned, Atlanta, Milwaukee, you know what I'm saying, Portland, Cali, up and down. So it's really important to get out there because, you know what I mean, think about it this way. The internet with YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, these people statewide to worldwide we're accessible now. So a lot of these cats may already hear your music just because they've been bumping your video or they've been watching you on YouTube. So when you get out of state, and let's say I travel to the East Coast and go to New York, and I may hit this small radio show or a venue, and all of a sudden there's Latinos there or heads there. They're like, yo, that's Krazy Race from the West. Homeboy's a spitter. So they're coming out to support. So on the international aspect of it, I think is even bigger because Europe, Japan in general, they just have a great love for hip-hop music. And when I say that, I mean it to the utmost degree. Like, Europe is nuts when it comes to hip-hop music. You can go to YouTube, go look at a Psycho Realm show or a nonfiction show or Ill Bill show, and you'll see the activity and the response that people give out in Europe. So I think it's very important, you know what I'm saying, to build your brand. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, music is music. And as I mentioned earlier, people are going to go out and they're going to research and find out who's hot in the underground right now, who's been steady active. So when you get to touch base and you go to Europe for that first time, it's not often that they're going to be able to see a Krazy Race in Spain. So even more people come out, you know what I'm saying, and grasp and come represent with you. I think that's pretty dope.
What was the fire under your ass to tell yourself, you know what? I want to start recording. I want to start producing. I want to start networking. And I want to become a hip-hop artist.
I've said this pretty much in my own albums. I think really the biggest influence for me musically, first and foremost, was my mother. You know what I'm saying? And her love for music, whether it was classic soul, oldies, mariachis. You know what I mean? Just the way she used to listen to music and listen to, you know what I'm saying, 8 tracks and 45s, and on Saturday afternoon be bumping oldies. Like, that really was a big influence upon me becoming an artist. But outside of my personal household, I think the biggest influence for me, besides hip-hop itself, really the first person that kind of put it in my ears on a major scale was, Mixmaster Tony G at KDAY, you know what I'm saying, DJ Ralph fam, KDAY, this is the old Mixmaster show, you know what I mean, being a kid, I don't remember how old I was, probably 10, 11, 12, 13, somewhere around there, and, you know what I'm saying, hit and play and record on a double dick, you know what I'm saying, boombox, making sure I got those mixtapes and some of the new hip-hop that was being broken at that time, you know what I'm saying, and played, like Run DMC and Kool Moe D and some of the early Ice-T and NWA and even Frost back when, you know what I'm saying, he was, did Rough Cut. So it goes way back, but the fire really came from, you know what I'm saying, my mother, her love for music, you know what I'm saying, listening to KDAY, taking you know what I'm saying, a piece of cardboard and breakdancing in my front lawn at 13 years old, all that stuff. And then once I started writing my own music or doing poetry at that time, I was about 11 or 12 years old. And from there, You know what I'm saying? It just grew and grew. By the time I was 15, I was already writing. By the time I was really 17 years old, Krazy Race officially started as a group in '91. So I was graduating high school.
I definitely noticed a a standout album that you just recently released.
Yeah, man, this album is definitely a one of a kind piece. Just because, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think anybody has ever done this before. That's the honest to God truth. You know what I'm saying? New York to LA, I haven't met anybody yet that's taken 15 producers from 15 countries. You know what I'm saying? With numerous LA, you know what I'm saying, East Coast MCs, and really the feature itself was the international project. So it's me, it's my album featuring pretty much my friends, along with 15 countries, you know what I mean, from Japan, Italy, Spain, Slovakia, who else? France, you know what I mean? Colombia, Costa Rica, just many countries, India as well. Yeah, so a lot of countries that were involved with this project, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of dope producers, some that have worked with cats, some that are barely on the first come up, you know what I'm saying, that shot me some production. So really, this album is special in its own right just because it's one of the first. You know what I mean? And even if somebody has done it, not that I'm aware of it, you know what I'm saying, please call me out if I'm wrong. I dropped this October 5th, 2012. It's actually the second month of its drop date today. But, you know what I'm saying, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think this has been done before. I know producers do compilation albums. You know what I mean? Let's say one or two producers with numerous MCs. But as far as an MC using 15 producers from 15 countries, that's what made this album very special. And being able to build the bridge from LA to across the world and all around the world with this hip-hop shit, because hip-hop truly is worldwide.
Regarding Kickstarter, I noticed you had a lot of people supporting this album, which is obviously thinking outside the box. And personally, to me, that's always a positive.
Yeah. So really, Kickstarter is a website. It's a platform. Whether you're, you know what I'm saying, whether you're a cook, you're in technology, you're a musician, you're an artiste, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, you could put up something and say, basically, do you want to support this? Do you want to back it, is what they say. And by backing it, really what you're doing is you're pre-ordering it. So let's say, for example, somebody that gave me $15 in advance 3 months before the album drop. Now, because they're pre-ordering it, instead of them just getting a CD, they're helping me make the CD, but they're also getting, for example, you know what I'm saying, not only an autographed CD, but maybe I'll give them a digital download before the album drops or something else, etc. So there's different packages that you get for putting up a campaign on Kickstarter, and that's what it was. It was the people that really funded about, I don't know the exact number, but I want to say the people funded between 50 to about 65% of this project was funded by, I want to say close to 70, 75 backers that backed this album. And what's crazy about it is when I put it up on Kickstarter, and this is real talk, when I did it, I thought the average would be around 10, 15 bucks that people would pledge, where the average was really about 30, 40 bucks. And I was kind of blown away by that, because in this day and age, it's kind of hard to get 10 bucks out of somebody when you're dropping an album. But yet, because I was giving so much back in return, a lot of these people didn't even think twice about it, because they supported me, they supported my music, and they supported the cause of what I was doing by doing this international project. What's good, world's Krazy Race? I just want to shout out all the people that made this album, you know what I'm saying, official. All my Kickstarters, all my contributors, all the artists, you know what I'm saying, the musicians, the producers, the DJs, everybody that was a part of this brand new album, you know what I'm saying, which today is the second month that it dropped. You know what I'm saying, pick it up on iTunes. You know what I'm saying, pick it up on cdbaby.com, youbuycds.com. It'll be on undergroundhiphop.net real soon, as well as it'll be, where's it going to be next? It's already on iTunes, it's on Amazon. It's available, man. And you know, if you know me, I'm always advertising and doing marketing plugs on Facebook and Twitter. I'm constantly doing things to shake it up and keep people that don't have my music, to make them want to get it relevant, by giving out canvases, you know what I'm saying, autographing things, just doing all sorts of things, just like what we would call a marketing scheme to get you to want to buy that motherfucking CD. You feel me? Krazy Race, y'all. Yo, what up? What's good, world? This is Krazy Race, Los Angeles MC. You know what it is. You're now tuned in. You're now watching undergroundhiphopblog.com. You want that real? You want that substance? You want that good music worldwide? This is the place to catch it. It's your boy Krazy Race, Los Angeles MC. Hip hop's worldwide, y'all. Underground Hip Hop Blog. One.
UndergroundHipHopBlog.com exclusive.